Hello and welcome back to the combined Syndicates of America campaign in Kaiserreich 0.41 Pax Americana patch. I'm Count Christo, and today civil war shall begin. So no more speed 5. Let's build some military factories. We need to mobilize the populace. So some building here and here. No, here. Seems good. Getting the highest infrastructure areas there. Research slots are indeed available. Let's get going on this 37 research. And what else should we do? Oh yeah, let's get started on the Grand Battle Plan Doctrine. I think this is going to be a Grand Battle Plan Doctrine campaign, not least because if we look at our wonderful new focus tree, first off, we have a national focus, American Civil War, National Unity plus 15. Everyone has that, I believe. Oh no, they don't have it. But I think the other people that will split out soon will have that. So it's very hard to capitulate people during the American Civil War. It takes, a lot of pushing. We're at 85%. But to take a look at our focus tree, this one will unlock automatically in just a moment. And then we have to choose, we can, strengthen our army, and you can have 2 directions for that. Air Force, 2 directions. Navy, 2 directions. Isn't Kaiserreich wonderful? And then you have an industry, and you have 3 focuses for industry. We'll look into that later. I'm not sure which of those. I haven't really looked at this tree in too much detail. Then you have your political tree, which again has 3 sections, and then your foreign policy. You can only do this after the Civil War is over. So this area over here, which will be very good fun, we shall look into next time. Over here, meanwhile, I think we're going to go straight into the military, just so we need to crush the other members of the Civil War. I don't want this to turn into the first American Civil War. I don't want a long slog with heavy casualties. I want to win. Now, in terms of which one we want to go with, this one gives entrenchment, and I know what you're thinking. Christo, you pacifist, surely you want the entrenchment. But this one is better, I think, because what this one does is gives you attack and division defense on core territory, and my ambitions go a little further than core territory. So I think we're going to go well-regulated army, 10% more attack, 5% more organization, and when you do the next one, it boosts that to a total of 15 division attack and 10 organization, and supply consumption down by 10. Fantastic. Plus this one gives you research bonuses for Grand Battle Plan. And then you get down here, you get max planning up, planning speed up, and supply consumption down even more, which is, this is really good. So we're going to have some great times with that. Right. Military factory-wise, we've got 2 military factories, lucky us. Everything is going to go into producing infantry equipment. The only divisions we're going to train during the Civil War are probably these, or possibly even these. We just need to fill the front. You may be thinking, Christo, surely you're doomed. He's got 6 divisions and you have a grand total of, what's that? Yes, 0. But I wouldn't rule this out just yet. We're going to make some convoys to start with, because the Navy is not an issue. We're not going to win the Navy. Let's unpause, see where this goes. The United States changed the diplomatic status to us to declare war. Gosh darn MacArthur. How... God, I think I clicked something there. How dare he? He's going with destroy domestic enemies. You... Honestly. How dare he? Dare he? Right. High party popularity. Fantastic. Resources from the people. Nice. Second American Revolution. This is a question of who should we make our head of government. Now, this one I think is the best. I've done a very quick test game, by the way, just to test this all worked, which is why I know ahead of time some of this stuff. We are going to go through them all, but I think this one's the best. He costs 200 political power straight up, which is painful. And he costs 0.05 political power per day, which is also painful, although not terribly. He gives you 5% less consumer good factories, and 7% factory output, and 5% resource gain. Right? This one is 5% more consumer good factories, but you get some political power. That's terrible. This guy just gives you some manpower, and he in fact gives you more political power per gain and resources. And this guy is the real other strong contender. Refinery construction speed up, not that important with the US. But production efficiency cap plus 5%. And here's why I think this one's better. 7% flat output is the same as 7% increased production efficiency cap if you're always at your production efficiency cap. So I'm going to go with this guy. It's going to cost us at the beginning, but we get 120,000 extra manpower, which is very welcome. We do get that negative political power, which may cause us to go into a little bit of a disaster, but we shall hopefully avoid that. Rise of the Csa Militias. The workers of Chicago, Pittsburgh, and Detroit regions have arisen to defend their freedoms, rights from capitalist oppression. Darn right. Basically, whenever we take a new major city, militias in the local area will rise up in our defense, which sounds great. Reed and the Csa cede. So we can choose to... Reed has declared the Csa being independent. We can declare on them, or we can not. But they've already declared on us, so I think we'll take the political power, please. We did just get some Air Force. I imagine the logic behind that is that some of the pilots and things were loyal to the Csa. at the time the war was declared. So we're going to set them into the northeast and the midwest. First priority is trying to secure this area. I want to get it before Canada snakes it from us. So let's give that a go. We're going to rush. First we're going to put a battle plan in. Then we're going to rush up here to Providence. And up here. And up here. And just see if we can take a little bit of this land. I imagine Canada will take it from us nonetheless, but let's just give it a go. Meanwhile, you four have the somewhat daunting task of holding this river. Now, someone tell me in the comments, is this the Mississippi? Or is this... I know this is the Mississippi River. At least, well, I say I know. I'm fairly sure. I don't know which part this is. I think it's the one that goes close to New Orleans. I'm pretty sure this is the Mississippi. But which of these tributaries is actually the Mississippi? Is it the one that goes furthest north? Anyway, these four have the daunting task of attempting to hold the Mississippi and planning their advance on Denver. Meanwhile, these three are going to start push down from here. Oh, actually, that's probably not smart. Let's send two of them to do that. And the other two are going to come over here. And we're going to see if we can do an early rush on Washington. You guys are going to go down here. Seems good to me. These guys, probably this area is going to go to Canada, and we're going to have to send them down here to help with the push on Washington. But until that happens, not gonna over prepare for that. Okay, these guys should deploy down here. Down here. You guys should spread out along what I'm assuming is the Mississippi, or at bare minimum, tributary of the Mississippi. We are going to try and rush some of these cities, hopefully, because, as I say, once we take a city, we're going to get some militias. Alright, go time. Civil War. Let's do it. Right, advance in the east is going fine. They don't appear to have any troops to oppose us. If we could reach Boston, we might be able to get some militias out of it for that area. It's brutally seized by Canada. How dare they? Louisville, I think, is an immediate push. Louisville? Imagine that's how you say that. Or Louisville? I don't know. Right. An immediate push there seems good. The American Union State just declared independence and declared war. Fair enough. They're about to seize these areas, I imagine. As they normally do. The American Union State is the polar opposite to us, so I think a crushing blow on them early in the war seems extremely sensible. The push on Washington begins. Let's see how this goes. I'm not going to make pushes around here. I think I will just try and seize Minneapolis in case I can get some militias out of it. The Second American Civil War. To uneducated foreigners, it might seem like the crisis in the United States was out of nowhere, but experts agree this was a civil war years in the making. Ever since the collapse of the New York Stock Exchange in 1929, the economy of the United States has been in constant downturn. Now the United States has devolved into a three-way civil war between the Loyalists, the old government, the Syndicalist combined Syndicates of America, and the old conservative and xenophobic American Union State. Ooh, we just did do the expansion I was mentioning. There's already been reports of arriving volunteers from Europe to fight for a faction of their liking. The Second American Civil War might just be the first of many battlefields between great powers of the world in this tough time for humanity. Troublesome development. French volunteers and equipment arrive. Huzzah! 10,000 more manpower and... yay! Here they are. I guess that means the People's Internationale or something? We're going to have them come over here. Hopefully Britain and a couple of other syndicalist states will send us volunteers as well. I'm very much looking forward to their aid, should it come. Let's have this guy actually go and rush Buffalo in case we can get some troops out of that. Once we take Washington, I think we get some volunteers from there. Actually, French, could you just wrap up this peninsula for me? What's this peninsula called? Does anyone know? Is it the Maryland Peninsula? No, that seems to be that whole area. What's that called? East of Washington. I should know this, really. Yes, Louisville is ours. St. Louis should be ours soon. Minneapolis also falling to us. Ooh, okay. Some of the elites and upper class of the Great Lakes have left their homes and took their families across the borders into Royalist Canada. How dare they? When France wants to send volunteers, absolutely. So, wow. There's quite a few things there. Okay. We can close the Ambassador Bridge, which I imagine is somewhere near here. Which means we hate them, we lose some manpower, or we can let the pitiful, isolated individuals go where they belong. We lose the same manpower. No, we're not. Yeah, we should Close the borders. Canada. Oh, God! And they just stole New England. Close the borders. How dare they? St. Louis is ripe for the taking. So the capture of St. Louis... Oh, no, we haven't taken St. Louis. We've got an event which lets us launch an attack there. Ooh, we could get some citizens rallying behind us. Absolutely. Send an expedition and halt the military offensive. If we can get a local uprising, that'd be fantastic. Rise of the Csa Militias. Workers of the Buffalo region have arisen to defend their freedoms and rights from capitalist oppression. Rise, my minions. Awesome. So here's some Buffalo volunteers. Let's have them spread out along here. And you guys, since this vile force to the north of the Canadians, how dare they, has seized control of... why can't you strategic redeploy down here? Why can't I move him? Oh, he hasn't become exiled yet. Okay, we'll give him a second. Organization of the Pennsylvania Militia. Rise, my minions. Where did they spawn? Didn't see them. Part of the US Navy has joined the CSA. Nice. Second American Civil War. The war has begun. Get claims on all of US. Canada seized New England, so we can just declare war on them, but we'd lose. So I think we will have to, sadly, deal with them later. I'm sorry, workers of the Northeast. We shall certainly come to your aid, but just not quite yet. Okay, halt the assault on Washington. The Syndicalists, outnumbered and outgunned in the attack of Washington, employed clever tactics to defeat their bourgeoisie dictatorship by encircling the city. Let's do that. That seems sensible. Democracy prevails in the Philippines. Canada seizes Alaska. Canada? Stop it! How dare you? Okay, now we can start taking focuses. We're going to do People's Liberation Army. For sure. For sure. We should stop doing this, because we're about to get a 50% Doctrine bonus. Let's start doing this instead. Care about the people, so field hospitals make sense, I think. Stay there. And let's delete these. Oh, something I forgot to do. A general who shall lead the People's Liberation Army. Schmeldy Butler, who is charismatic and offensive doctrine. Sounds excellent. Captured Louisville, nice. Captured Minneapolis. It's a good start. Very good start. As you can see, America is rather sandwiched. The Pacific States of America declared independence. They haven't declared war yet, so interesting. They may not declare war. The brave members of the Cleveland Union Militia circling Washington, preparing for the final blow. This capital. Dare freaking send another one of these guys over here. One more down here. How dare the that bastard, what's his name? MacArthur, that's it. Seize control from the democratically elected government. Coward. Okay, so the Pacific States of America has declared war on the United States. That's good for us, because that means we'll have the US being a bit distracted. Oh, we got some more air forces, it seems. 200 fighters. Spoil me, game. Alright, we've achieved complete air supremacy over the Northeast and Midwest. Fantastic news. Washington, the troops encircled in Washington attempted to flee. The Syndicalists were having none of it and immediately launched a glorious assault on the city. Let's go. Come on, where's my St. Louis attack? Good timing. After several chaotic hours, it's now clear that armed St. Louis citizens in support of the government have secured the Union Station. They have holstered our banner over the burned railway carriages and are currently patrolling the streets waiting for reinforcements. The enemy has been pushed out of the city, still holding some suburbs. Good enough. Nice. 2 extra militiamen. Excellent. Rise of the Csa Militias. Workers of Minneapolis have risen up. Fantastic. Here they are. No. Where are they? Ah, up here. Fantastic. See, that's why you want to rush the cities. You can get militias out of them. Those who are loyal to you. Going down here. Okay, here's our navy. Now, I think I'm going to send it out on convoy raiding with our best admiral. Give him a wolf pack because they've got quite a few submarines. And hopefully he won't get immediately killed by the American Navy, but we shall see. I keep him on convoy raiding. I feel like he has the best chance of actually surviving. Send this guy like this. I think I'm going to have this guy rush Norfolk, risky as that is. Oh, they sent some more guys in to desperately try and defend Washington, but to no avail. You can assign to this. You're going there, there, there. Okay, you can come in here and here. We're probably going to try and push this river and then crush the south. Or maybe this river as we crush the south. St. Louis immediately comes under attack, but they're not going to win that one. But they're losing that one so heavily, maybe we could push them back a bit. Not sure if that would help, though. The People's Liberation Army is completed, and as I mentioned, we're going to go for a well-regulated army. Always a good idea if you can have a People's Army to regulate it well. And we are going Grand Battle Plan Doctrine, because planning bonus is fantastic. No! They signed a white peace! Darn it! That's going to allow the US to focus their attention on us. Hopefully it's too late. We're crushing into the capital, which is extremely satisfying. Norfolk is close to falling. I'm going to have to keep adjusting these front lines, sadly, but that's right. We can manage that, I dare say. Let's keep the advance going here in the center. Okay, where are you attacking? That's not necessary. Holding this river, I think, is more sensible. I'm happy with the city pushes, though. Okay. We have pushed them out of Washington. They are holding on a peninsula just behind it. Let's see if we can push them out. The central government has been thrown off its golden throne. Now we deal with the remnants. Darn right, we do. Alright, let's push to this river here. More defensible. We'd come down there and just assure our victory there. That would be grand. Right. Oh, something happened that day. You can always tell something's changed in the world. Soviet Russia is unfortunately being crushed back. Italian volunteers and equipment arrive. Excellent. Where my Union of Britain volunteers at? I haven't seen them yet. You better send some. Syndicalists in arms. Come on. No, I wanted you to strategically redeploy to Louisville. Thank you. Yeah, so our defenses are very thin over here, but really there's not much I could do about that. France volunteers have arrived. Nice. Mexico sends us volunteers and divisions. Nice, including a couple of planes. Very nice indeed. The fact that Syndicalists are the most powerful globally at the moment often helps out in terms of volunteers. Although Germany does often send volunteers to the south, so hopefully we'll be able to counter that. Hungary and Romania seized white peace, so Romania just seized Transylvania. Oh, less of it than normal though. Interesting. Okay, you guys, resume the attack. Let's push them out. Here are the French divisions, all motorized. If they have deployed them sensibly. Louisville captured. We've captured the city of Louisville from enemies. This is an opportunity to recover from the lost resources from the city. We can strip some of the factories and take the resources. So you grab one civilian factory, which I believe adds a civilian factory somewhere in your heartland. But we don't steal from other Americans. We are kind. Baltimore, likewise. We are kind and caring people here in the United Syndicalists. And, United Syndicates. And so we are going to not take that event every time you get the option to steal some resources. I think we can win without doing that. If we can win with some just in bello, then we're going to do so. If I could take that, this river would be nice to defend. Cities and rivers, that's where the defense is at the moment, I think. Gosh, they spawned some guys in Washington. Better stop and deal with them. I guess this is some uprising. The Edwards. Interesting. Okay. Adjusting these front lines. Oops, excuse me, sorry, I just got a sneeze. Ah! Excuse me. Hopefully the mute was working there. Right. Keep adjusting these front lines. If you could go into Washington. Ah, they're doing an attack into Washington. That's so weird. Because they spawned in the province but couldn't take control of it because I was already there. Adjusting these front lines, keep it nice and neat. In this one though. There we go. How are we doing in the north? Any pushes? No enemy pushes in the north. That is, well, west I guess. That's good. They've released New England as a part of the Entente. Interesting. That will have to be crushed later on, I'm sure. Should we hold this river or should we push to the next one? Come on, let's push. There. So if you go here, here. No. Here. Or you go like that. Take the next river. Seems excellent. Start taking some of Carolina here. I've said it before, but I do apologize. My American geography is much poorer than my European geography, since my geographical knowledge comes from EU4. So, America usually just says something like Castile. Right. Keep seizing these hills. Nice to defend these hills. What's this mountain range called? Is this the Rockies? I feel like the Rockies are these ones. The Second International Congress. Our British comrades have confirmed their readiness to host the Second International Congress in London. It's time for the combined syndicates to confirm its participation. So you can say no, which costs 500 political power. But we shall, of course, attend the Congress, which sounds good. And that Congress shall play out in the next episode. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.